Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're actually going to be building another autumnal build, and I haven't done an autumnal build since I think the start of October or maybe like the end of September or something. But yeah, it's been a while. I haven't really done many autumnal builds yet this year, so yeah, we're doing another one. And this one is actually a container home, and it's basically like an autumnal container home, as you could tell from the title and, you know, thumbnail and everything like that. But yeah, this one is actually in Henford-on-Bagley, and I haven't done an autumnal build in Henford-on-Bagley, I think since the cottage living pack came out. So yeah, I've never seen Henford-on-Bagley in, you know, autumn or anything like that. So yeah, it was kind of fun building here and seeing, you know, what everything looks like in autumn and all of that stuff, what the world looks like. The world is very brown for some reason. I mean, a lot of the trees in Henford-on-Bagley are trees that are actually in other worlds as well. But there's a lot of like the same trees in Henford-on-Bagley, so a lot of them are very, very brown. Some of them have like orange or red leaves, but most of them are just brown. And then we have these trees that are very, very red, as you guys can see. But honestly, I don't know what color those trees are in like summer. I can't remember, and I didn't like spend time to actually like take a look. So yeah, I don't know what the original, I say in air quotes, or like summertime color of those trees are. The very reddish pinky ones. I have no idea what they look like in summertime, so I'm actually kind of curious about that. But yeah, overall, Henford-on-Bagley is very brown in autumn for some reason. So I tried to do the landscaping and make it look like nice and, you know, autumnal and all of that stuff, but everything just looks dead. Now, it kind of works for, you know, being in autumn and all of that stuff, and I think the way I did the landscaping turned out pretty well. Like, I really, really like the way this landscaping turned out and the way the build turned out. I tried to use a couple of plants that, you know, either they don't change color at all, or they change color and they kind of like match the vibe of the build. So there's these yellow flowers that came with the cottage living pack. They're actually in the debug menu. But those yellow flowers I use a lot in my build, but in autumn they actually changed color and ended up being red. So that really worked. So yeah, I have no idea what the landscaping looks like in any other season apart from autumn, but I tried to make the landscaping look good in autumn, if that makes sense. So I didn't really like pay attention to what it would look like in other seasons. You'll have to let me know if you play with this build and you play in a different season and, you know, you see what it looks like. Definitely let me know if it works or like if it looks okay. But yeah, so I'll talk about the landscaping a little bit more later, but I wanted to point out that gazebo that I just put there. I actually saw that trick with, you know, I don't think they did it exactly the way I did, you know, with having it over a pond. They did it on, you know, just like regular terrain. But I believe I saw Maya Shmaya do this on Twitter. It could have been Maya, it could have been someone else. I saw this like months ago when the high school years pack actually came out and we got those debug gazebos. So I can't exactly remember who did it or who I saw do it. So apologies for that. I also didn't like save the tweet or anything like that. I just kind of wow, I can't speak. I just kind of remembered it randomly when I saw the gazebo. So yeah, that gazebo is completely functional. I playtested everything in this build just to make sure that everything works, because it's a little bit of like a smaller space than what I'm used to working with. I used a lot of debug items, a lot of debug columns and stuff like that, you know, around the stairs. I actually even replaced the columns that I have kind of like supporting the upper container. I use columns from like the werewolves pack, but I actually end up changing it out for more of those wooden, you know, kind of like beam pole type things. So I did playtest everything. I made sure that I playtested everything just to be sure that, you know, everything works, because like I said, used a bunch of debug stuff. I used a ton of landscaping. I put a ton of landscaping like everywhere. So I wanted to make sure that everything works. And yeah, everything works. The gazebo works perfectly fine. I end up putting some items in there that work all perfectly fine. The interior of the house, you know, the stairs on the exterior, I ended up putting a ladder inside. The ladder works, you know, the kitchen, the bedroom, you know, everything works. I actually had my sim like stay in the house for like a day or two, you know, sim time, to, you know, kind of just play through everything and, you know, see if it all works. Everything works perfectly fine. But yeah, so moving back to the build. So this is only a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It's kind of like a lofted bedroom. There's no like loft space, but the entire upper container is just the bedroom and the bathroom. So if you go from either of the balconies, walk through those open doors that I actually used, those are from the industrial loft kit. So I used 2 of them on the upstairs to kind of like act as both windows and like natural lights and everything, which I really like the way that turned out. But yeah, if you walk through either of those, you're immediately in the bedroom. And then the only like sectioned off room, like closed off room, is actually the bathroom. So the bathroom is at the back of like the upstairs container. And then downstairs we have a really big living space. We have a really big kitchen for a like container home. And then we also have a 4-seater dining table inside. We have another 4-seater dining table outside as well, on that little like, I guess, pier balcony type thing that's with, you know, the sliding doors from the kitchen. So yeah, that has another dining table if your Sims want to sit outside. You know, maybe when the weather is actually nice, they can sit outside, and when it's a little bit colder, they can sit inside. But yeah, like I said, everything works. I did have to like mess around and change up a couple of things there, like where I placed, you know, ivy or those wisteria plants that I end up putting on the build. I actually had to change up a couple of things here and there, but everything actually looks pretty much the same when I'm done with it. I just had to like move them around a little bit to make sure that everything works. But yeah, everything works, and at the end of the build in the screenshots, you'll actually, you know, see the like final build, you know, the way that it's actually up on the gallery. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to point out, because I know I don't usually mention that, you know, I sometimes have to change things when I playtest a build and find that something doesn't work. I usually don't point it out in like the video, but just for this one, because I know there's a lot of stuff that I do that people might not, you know, be aware of, that, you know, it actually doesn't cause an issue. I had some people on Twitter actually, when I posted a little like clip, like a little video clip of what the gazebo and the pond actually looks like in like the nighttime. I actually put in pictures at the end of the video as well, but I posted a clip over on Twitter of just like a little video clip of, you know, what the gazebo looks like, what the pond looks like, all of that stuff at night, because the lighting is so pretty. But people actually asked, you know, if the gazebo is functional, because it is a debug item. And yeah, it's totally functional. Like I said, playtested everything, nothing obstructs anything or anything like that. So yeah, just thought I should mention it. But yeah, this build, like I said, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place, because I'm actually recording this again at like 5:30 p.m, which is not my usual recording time. This video is also going out a little bit later than I usually would have it up, because yeah, if you guys follow me over on Twitter, you know that yesterday was actually my nephew's birthday, his like 18th birthday, and we had a little like family gathering at home. I had a couple of drinks, and I couldn't finish the editing last night for this build. I wanted to do the editing yesterday and like do the voiceover last night and all of that stuff once they had left. But yeah, I could not do it. So yeah, I just had to go through today and like edit the video and do the voiceover and everything like that. And yeah, I got a little bit of a late start to my day as well. So yeah, that's why this build is up a little bit later. Usually I would just upload it on like, you know, Sunday or whatever. But I did a poll a couple of weeks ago, I think, on the community tab, where I asked you guys if you do watch videos over the weekend, if you would prefer to see the video on like a Saturday or a Sunday. And the majority of you guys actually said Saturdays. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to test it out, see how the video does and all of that stuff, how you guys like it. But yeah, so usually the video would be up a little bit like earlier, but today is like a little bit of an exception. So it's a little bit later. But yeah, so I'm a little bit all over the place because like I said, I'm recording at not my usual time. Also, it's super rainy and windy where I am, so I keep hearing that and that keeps distracting me. I'm very easily distracted today. I can't, like, for some reason seem to focus on one thing. So if I hop around in this voiceover, like jump from topic to topic, then I do apologize, but you guys know that it is fairly common for me to be like that in my videos. This build is also a little bit longer. It's like almost 30 minutes, I think. Just the video portion is like 28 minutes, which is crazy if you think about the fact that it is just a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It's actually a fairly small house as well. It's not even a big house. But I don't know why it took me this long to get it done. I finished the build yesterday. I built it over the course of like 2 days. And I think it's because I added so much detail. I spent so much time in like debug, doing landscaping, and also because I used items that I don't usually use. I intentionally used a lot of items from the Journey to Batu pack, which is something that usually I try not to use a lot of items from that pack, just because I know not everyone likes the pack, not everyone has the pack either. It does have some really nice build and buy items that I do like using, but usually I try and like minimize how much I use it. But for this one, I just like went all out with it because it really fits the industrial vibe that I was going for. I also used a ton of items from the Industrial Loft kit. I used a lot of items from the Werewolves game pack, as well as I think from Eco Lifestyle as well, and then obviously a lot of stuff from the Cottage Living pack, and also the Snowy Escape pack for some weird reason. I think like all of the windows are from the Snowy Escape pack, apart from, you know, obviously the container door and the doors upstairs. But yeah, all of the windows are from the not Industrial Loft, they're from the Snowy Escape pack, because I don't know, I like the way they looked. But anyway, so usually, like I said, don't use Journey to Batu, wow, words. But for this one, I just decided to go for it because it fit with the whole like industrial vibe, and this build has a lot of industrial, like a lot of the interior and the style of it is industrial because obviously, you know, it's a shipping container home. But I also used quite a few items that are a little bit more, I guess, rustic and a little bit more, you know, cottagey, if that makes sense, just like decorations and stuff. Obviously I put a bunch of autumnal and like Halloween decorations, not really Halloween, like scary Halloween, but just a lot of like jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and stuff like that. I put a lot of those decorations throughout the house, and the exterior obviously is a little bit more like farm-like, so I do put a couple of those big farming like plots at the front of the build. There's also a couple of planter boxes that I do end up putting plants in before I take the screenshots. So yeah, there are, you know, a couple of like exterior farming, gardening things, but yeah, I really like the way this build turned out. And I kind of had a lot of fun combining these two different styles, because usually, you know, at first when I was thinking about doing a like autumnal container build, I thought about maybe doing it in, you know, like Windenburg or, you know, even Brindleton Bay maybe, because I know Brindleton Bay is gorgeous during, you know, autumn. But I've built in both of those worlds so much during autumn, I kind of wanted to do it in a different world. And then, you know, I tried Moonwood Mill, but Moonwood Mill is mostly like evergreen trees, so, you know, they don't change color, so it just looks like every other season, apart from like other plants just being dead and dying. So I didn't want to do it in Moonwood Mill, so I decided to do it in Henford-on-Bagley, because A, I haven't seen Henford in, you know, autumn, and B, because I kind of like the idea of doing a little bit more of an industrial type farm build. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. Let me know how you think it turned out, if you like the way it turned out. But yeah, so something else I wanted to mention is I used the new fan that came with the update earlier in the week. The, like, I don't know what they would call the update. It was kind of just like a thank you for playing the Sims update, or like thank you for playing the Sims, you know, type of thing. So they gave us a bunch of free stuff. They gave us some new tattoos in Creator Sim. We got that like plumb bob fan for build mode, which actually looks really, really weird. I will admit it looks very odd. It's not something that I will probably ever use, apart from maybe in like a very modern kind of like stylized build, or maybe a mid-century build. It might work. And then, you know, in a build like this where it's industrial and I'm using a lot of like Journey to Batu items that already look quite, you know, weird, so having a weird fan kind of just like works. And I ended up using it in one of the more like neutral swatches as well. So let me know what you think about that fan. It's, again, like I said, not something that I'll probably use a lot, but I kind of like the way it looked in this. It kind of fit with the whole like quirky, weirder, you know, build style that I ended up going for. And yeah, it kind of just fit, and I like the way it looks. So let me know what you think about it. But yeah, so I don't know what I was talking about before I got very distracted by like literally everything else. But yeah, this build is on a 20 by 30. Yeah, it's on a 20 by 30 lot. It's built on the lot where the rental home is in Henford-on-Bagley. So if you start a new save, Henford has a little like rental property that your Sims can go and stay at for like vacations and stuff. I believe it's in the Old-New-Henford area of the world. So yeah, it's a 30 by 20 lot. I'll try and include the actual lot name in the description as well. I believe it's like 13 Nettle Lane. I think it's up in the top, you know, left hand corner of the video. I just can't see it on my screen right now because it's too small, but you should be able to see it. I think it's like 13 Nettle Lane. That's the original name for the lot. But yeah, I put this lot there and it ended up fitting in super, super well. Even with the pond and everything, it looks so good. I like the way it looks so much. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, like I said. But also, yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to mention about the build at the moment. Once we move on to the upstairs, to the bedroom, you guys will actually see that I end up doing a little trick with the mirror that I end up using. I end up using the mirror from the werewolves pack, the big like wall one that's kind of cracked and older looking. So I end up putting that mirror kind of like on an angle, so kind of like it's leaning against the wall in the corner. You'll see what I'm talking about once I actually do it. But I did want to mention that mirror is the only thing that's not functional. I playtested it, I tried moving it, but the only way that I could do it was if I completely moved the bed. So your Sims can still like walk around the bed and access both sides of the bed, but that mirror just doesn't work because it's not actually snapped to a wall, I think is what the real issue is it's not snapped to the wall, and there's no space for your Sims to like stand in front of the mirror. So usually they'll like stand like almost like a whole tile away from a mirror when they're actually using it. So I think that's the issue with this one. You know, the bed is in the way and it's not technically like snapped to a wall. It's kind of just like placed on the floor and then moved with the tool mod. So the mirror doesn't work, the one in the bedroom, but the one in the bathroom does work. So you shouldn't have a problem with, you know, needing to use a mirror. And there's also obviously a dresser, there's another mirror downstairs, and, you know, all of that stuff. So I don't think the fact that the big mirror in the bedroom not working is a big deal. But yeah, if you want to make it work, then just pick it up and snap it to either of the walls in the corner and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's just something that I wanted to point out. Also, I did end up including quite a few like skill building items in this build. So there's a little yoga balcony, this small balcony off to the side of the bedroom. That actually is kind of like a yoga balcony. So there's a yoga mat, there's a meditation stool, and then on the bigger balcony itself, there's actually a telescope. I'm going to be putting in a punching bag as well. and there's going to be a guitar in the bedroom. There's obviously a computer or laptop in this case. Downstairs there's obviously the TV, kitchen, there's a stereo, and then outside on the gazebo I'm actually going to be putting a chess table as well. And then obviously we have all of the gardening space as well. So yeah, there's a lot of like skill building stuff that your Sims can do. So if your Sim is in literally probably like any career, you should be fine. I mean, I can't think of a single skill that I didn't include apart from like the fishing skill. But your Sims are very close to a river, so in the world, so you can just go fish there if you want to have your Sims like work on the fishing skill. But I think that's pretty much every skill that we have, I think, apart from weird skills like the video production skill or like the DJ skill or whatever. But I'm thinking like career stuff that your Sims would need for a career, they should be good with this build. So yeah, just something that I thought I should mention. Now I think I'm done with the build. Like, now I think I'm done mentioning everything that I wanted to mention, apart from probably like random stuff that I see as I do it. So yeah, I'll probably go off on a tangent later. But yeah, so that's everything that I wanted to mention. I think, like I said, very all over the place today. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know why I can't record. But we're just gonna be stuck with this voiceover for a change, and yeah, sorry about that. But something like not related to this video that I wanted to talk about is the Sims Summit stream that's going to be happening on the 18th, so on Tuesday. We're actually getting this big like Sims Summit type stream thing that they're going to do, and honestly, they've been hyping it up so much. Like, they've posted about it on Twitter multiple times. They've done like promotional stuff for it. I've even seen people on Twitter post like screenshots of YouTube ads that they've seen about, this Sims Summit stream. So yeah, the Sims team, or like EA basically, is hyping it up a lot. And honestly, I'm kind of scared about it, because if they don't end up announcing something like huge, and I mean huge in the sense of, like The Sims 5 huge, then people are going to be so mad, and the community is going to lose its, like, everyone's going to lose their minds. But honestly, I don't want The Sims 5. Personally, I'm not looking forward to that announcement. I really hope that it's not the announcement that they're going to make, because I'm not ready for The Sims 5. I don't want The Sims 5. I'm really scared about what EA is going to do to The Sims 5 as well, to the franchise. And yeah, I don't want The Sims 5, at least not yet, because The Sims 4 is still missing so many things, and there's still so much that could be added to this game, so much that could be fixed and improved. And I don't want a new version of The Sims game, not yet. But also, if they like announced big things, like, big packs, like, I don't know what other big packs they could announce, but maybe like big pack announcements, or, big base game announcements as well. That's definitely a possibility, like major changes to the base game. That's actually a pretty, like, good guess, I think, because on the 18th is also the day that the base game is going to be going free for everyone. So if you have a PC or a console or whatever, you can download and play the base game for free for The Sims 4 for like ever. It's going to be like free. So if they were to announce like big base game changes, big base game updates or something like that, then I feel like it could be worth the hype, depending obviously on what they change. Or if they were to announce like big packs, or expansion packs, or something like that, maybe like a big roadmap type thing for what we can expect to see for maybe like next year or something, then that could also be cool. But I've also seen them mention that they're going to include like Sims Mobile announcements as well, which honestly, I don't know what they could possibly announce for The Sims Mobile. I don't play The Sims Mobile, so I'm not up to date with that. But yeah, they're basically turning this into kind of like a big gaming, like, kind of like EA Play, but just for The Sims type thing. So like big announcements, or at least that's the way they're making it seem, like big announcements, big news, you know, stuff like that, which yeah, I'm kind of excited about it, just to know what it is that they're working on or what they're like working on announcing. But also I'm kind of terrified about how the community is going to react if it's, you know, if it's The Sims 5, then people are either going to be very happy or very upset. Or if it's not The Sims 5, then, you know, same thing. If, you know, it's just packs or just a base game thing, then people are always going to be either upset or happy, and you can't please everyone. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for all of that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about, you know, if you're excited for that stream. And something else that I wanted to mention, and this isn't set in stone or anything like that yet, I'm still looking into it. But I'm thinking about co-streaming the Sims Summit stream and like doing like a co-stream of it. The Sims team have said that this is totally fine. It's totally fine if you want to do like a co-stream of, you know, the stream. And I'm thinking about doing that, but over here on YouTube. So actually streaming on YouTube and not doing it on like Twitch or whatever. But I haven't streamed on YouTube in years. Now, if you guys are very long time viewers, you'll know that I used to stream on Twitch from, I think, until like mid or so of 2020. I used to stream on Twitch, and like I said, I haven't streamed in years, and I used to stream on YouTube before that, so it's been a while. But yeah, I haven't done a stream on YouTube in ages, so I'm kind of like frantically trying to set everything up and trying to relearn, you know, how it works and all of that stuff. So that's why I say, you know, it's not set in stone. But if I can get everything sorted out and set up and, you know, figured out and all of that stuff, then I might actually do a co-stream of the Sims stream. So this will be on Tuesday. It will be like same time as the actual Sims stream. But if I can get everything set up and all of that stuff, I'll have the stream scheduled by Monday. So on Monday, I'll like schedule the stream so you can like turn on notifications if you want to like be reminded of it. I'll also post on the community tab and on Twitter and everything. So, you know, just to remind you guys, if that's something that you wanted to watch, if you wanted to see my live reactions and kind of like talk with me and talk with the community, then yeah, that's something that I might end up doing. But I'll fill you guys in about that, you know, later if I do end up doing it. But yeah, so this build is almost done. If you guys enjoyed this very rambly video, then give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. Or, you know, if I end up going live, then you'll be notified of that as well. But this build is up on the gallery. It's completely custom content free as usual. I'll have all of the download information in the description with my gallery ID, hashtags, download link. Tray files will be up for members, and then 3 weeks later they'll be public. But I hope you enjoyed this video and that you're having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you on my very next build. Bye everyone.
I bet you don't even know my name, but that's okay, I can't blame you. You've got better things to worry about, like kissing strangers when you go out, spending time with all your friends. Wish I had the guts to ask you out sometime, but I know this could never be. But if I am allowed to dream, and it was you and me, then I would laugh with you all night, take my chance and hold you close, and I'd follow you back home. If I could be somebody else, I would be your Romeo, and I would never let you go. Maybe I could be your stranger. One too many and strobing lights, yet I can spot you in this crowd, and my staring way too obvious. What if I gathered all my chance and